Hello everyone. In this tutorial we are going to see how to configure a virtual trunk protocol using Cisco Packet Tracer. Enter a packet tracer. Here I used a multiple layer switch which is available on switches and here that is 3560-2P 24PS. Okay. I used interfaces um, F0/1 to 0/4 to connect it to the other switches, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, for all switches I used the interfaces FA0/1 to 0/4 to connect to the other switches, and I used 0/6 to 0/9 6, 7, 8, 9 for all PCs. Each and every switches are uh, connected like in the same way, that is FA0/6 to FA0/9 6, 7, 8, 9 0/6 0/7 0/8 0/9, like that. Next we are going to configure a virtual trunk protocol. Enter the multiple layer switch command line interface, enable, enter global configuration mode. We are going to give an interface range, that is interface FA fast ethernet interface range fast ethernet, that is fast ethernet. It ranges from, you can give like 0/2 0/3, you can give from 0/1 to 5 0/1 to 5. Inside that you are going to configure this multiple layer switch, that is this multiple layer switch for virtual trunk protocol. So that switch port trunk encapsulation, that is trunk, you are encapsulating this switch port to trunk encapsulation dot 1q. This is gonna work, yeah. Next we are going to change the mode of the switch port, that is switch port mode is trunk, it trunks out, so we are changing the mode to switch port mode trunk. You can see that, wait, I'll expand this so that it will be clear. You can see here like fast ethernet changes to state up, changes to state up, changes to state up. This is what we want. Next we are going to exit, give exit EXI or control C, anything. Then we are going to change the VTP version, that is we are going to use VTP version is 2, that is VTP version 2. Next we are going to change the domain name, that is virtual trunk protocols domain name as domain, let's use the domain name as Kavi. You can see here that is changing VTP domain name from null to Kavi. Now the VTP domain name is changed to Kavi. No IP domain lookup. Control C, exit. Next configure each switches, that is switch 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 switches to accept the trunk protocol. Enter switch 0, command line interface, enable, enter global configuration mode and no IP domain lookup. Don't look up. No IP domain lookup. Here I am going to say that this switch is of client type. This switch of client type. This will be a source and this is of client type. So virtual trunk protocol mode client. You can see the setting device to VTP client mode. It is changed to VTP client mode. Next set the interface range of this switch through which they are connected. That is interface range, and it will be fast Ethernet of 0/1 to 0/5. That is 0/1 to 5. Now Once again we are going to set the switch port to mode trunk mode, that is switch port mode trunk. You can see here that FA0/3, FA0/4, FA0/4 changed to state up. Configure all switches, let us switch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the same manner as like you configure this switch. In the same way I configured this switch, these 5 switches in the way I configured this switch. Next we are going to create 2 LAN connection, that is the first LAN I will be naming it as, enter global configuration mode VLAN 10. This will be my VLAN 10 and this will be my VLAN 20. That is, this will be my VLAN 10 and this will be my VLAN 20. Just to give a name for this VLAN, I will be giving as cap TCS and exit. Then VLAN 20 name Wipro, exit. Next we are going to configure this as for DHCP server to allot IP addresses for the host dynamically. So we are going to give a IP DHCP pool of, my pool name is TCS, that is this network TCS, and my network, I should give my network ID. Network is 172.16.0.0. Sorry, you should give a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then our default router, that is default router is default router will be 172.16.0.1 and exit command. Follow the same procedure for Wipro, that is IP DHCP pool name is Wipro and its network will be 192.16.0.0 with an subnet mask 255.255.255.0. My default router will be 192.16.0.1. Then exit command. Then assign the VLAN to the corresponding IP addresses, that is interface VLAN. Interface VLAN 10. Interface VLAN 10 and its IP address, that is VLAN 10. I said this will be our VLAN 10, so that I should give the IP address 172.16.0.1 255.255.255.0. Then exist. Follow the same procedure for VLAN 20, that is this network, that is interface 20 and given IP address 192.16.0.1 with a subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Exit. Enter the command do show all brief, that is do show VLAN brief, do show VLAN brief or BR. You can see that that is the created VLAN, that is VLAN 10 and its name is TCS, and VLAN 20 and its name is Wipro, and these two interfaces are at a status active. Next we are going to give the access permission, that is in each switch there are 4 hosts. I will be giving 2 hosts will be pinging with this VLAN, and 2 hosts which will be pinging this VLAN. That is VLAN 10 has 2 hosts from here and 2 hosts from here and 2 hosts from here. In the same way, VLAN 20 will be having 2 hosts from here, 2 hosts from here, 2 hosts from here. Another remaining 2 hosts from each switches will be pinging to VLAN 10, and another remaining 2 hosts will be pinging with this VLAN. Enter switch 0, command line interface, enable global configuration mode, and interface range. That is, interface range is fast Ethernet. I'm going to give what are the systems that are connected to 0/6 and 0/7 can access this VLAN, that is VLAN 10. 0/6, the systems which are connected via the 0/6 and 0/7 interface is belonging to this VLAN, and the hosts which are connected to 0/7 and 0/8 and 0/9 belongs to this VLAN. This fast Ethernet 0/6 and 7. Going to switch the port, switch port access. I'm going to give access permission to VLAN 10. That is, the devices which are connected to the fast Ethernet interface 0/6 and 0/7 will communicate only with VLAN 10. Exit. Next, same, that is interface range 0/8 and 0/9, switch port access 20. That is, the hosts which are connected to the interface 0/8 and 0/9 will communicate only with this VLAN, that is VLAN 20 Wipro. Exit. Follow the same configuration for all switches, that is switch 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I had configured these 5 switches in the same way we have configured this switch. Next we are going to get IP addresses. Since we set the DHCP, this as a DHCP, we are going to get IP addresses. This config, desktop. Enter IP addresses DHCP. Request successful, that is 172.16.0.2. In the same way, get IP addresses for all the hosts, that is all the hosts. In the same way, dynamically I got the IP addresses for each and every host. Next I am going to ping, that is ping. Consider here, that is, this is FA 0/6, 0/7, 0/8 and 0/9. In the same way, this is FA 0/6, 0/7, 0/8 and 0/9. FA 0/8 to FA 0/8. It is successful. But FA 0/8 to FA 0/6, it will return fail, because these interfaces, that is FA 0/6 and 7, belongs to this virtual LAN, that is virtual LAN 10, and 0/8 and 0/9 are the systems which are in VLAN 20, that is Wipro. Let's try pinging from 0/8 interface this system 0/8 interface. This is in 0/8. In the same way, this is in 0/8. So ping here from, you can see it is successful. From FA 0/8 to 0/6, packets won't be forwarded. The major disadvantage of virtual trunk protocol is that it is not necessary to set up the virtual LAN in each and every area where it has its own hosts. It reduces the administrator to configure each switches with many virtual LANs. This is all about virtual trunk protocol. Thank you all. Please do visit my blogspot, that is mystuffsoverloaded.blogspot.in, for further details. Thank you.